on the heels. This is our position, hands to belly. And concentrate on your center and your breathing. And begin the class of Sensei Nire. Onegaishimasu. So welcome to the 10th and final session of the 10-session series, in this series. There may be more series in the future, but for the time being, this is the final one. Today we'll be going through a number of different exercises which are related to the techniques of Kote Gaeshi, Tenshi Nage, Uchi Kaiten Nage, and how we can use it with the dojo. I'll be giving you an alternative routine for warming up. And there will be a short warm-up, and we'll go into the ukemi practice. We'll look at some diverse forms of ukemi, sometimes a little bit more advanced, maybe crossing the opposite hand to the leg. We may go into also handstand to forward roll, and look at the free fall, the high fall. Not necessarily to do the high fall, but maybe the build up towards it. And in that respect, we'll look at some inversions that we can practice based on the yoga that I've been doing, which can help you get in a position to practice this free fall. And then, as I said, going on to the techniques, Kote Gaeshi, for example, we'll look at how we can do it with the dojo, how we can receive it with the dojo, and we'll finish with a little bit of josaburi, and see how that can be used and applied with certain techniques as well. So enjoy the session. So let's start with a new kind of warm-up. So standing up. Well, we can always start with bouncing off first. Taking a few breaths here. Shake the body. Just balance. Shake the shoulders, shake the knees, the head. You drop the upper body down, shake it out, keep bending the knees. Just noticing how your body feels today, where the stiffness is. And you can shrug it out a little bit. And slowly uncurl. And shake the legs. Hands. Okay, and then when you're ready, we're just going to throw the hands down, throw the body down, put the hands up, and then bring the hands behind. So there's just two actions, folding forwards and bending backwards. And we do it 10 times. 1, breathe in, breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change. Next one, we're going to work on the legs a bit more, separate the feet to about 2 shoulder widths, and we're going to reach the hands down like we're collecting leaves from the ground, dropping our center into a squat. Take a breath in as you bring the hands to your chest, and breathe out, throw the hands away. Let's do that 10 times. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And the next one shoulder width for the feet. This time we're going to pull our hands from the ground to the waist and really throw everything to the ground. I'm going to do 10 times. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. And next one, so it's kind of a quick warm-up, but it's getting the body very warm very quickly. The next one is related to a yoga practice I've been doing. And so it's a little bit Tai Chi based, so a little bit diverse, a little bit different to the normal Aikido warm-up. I'm going to balance on one foot and bring the hands to center. Then we're going to step back with the foot in the air, step back, and turn to make a kind of a palm strike, and then turn back, always moving with the breath, and take the hands over the head, slide them to the ground, and make this so-called skater's pose, where we bring the right hand to the left ear, and then keeping the hips low, sliding the hands to the other side, left hand to the right ear, and then taking the hands up and crossing, making kind of a block, sitting back in the back foot, and come up. The same knee goes up, hands together in the chest. And then we go to the left side. Left knee up, find the balance. Stepping back, turning the hips, 1, and then to the other side, 2. Sliding the hands, slide the hands from one side, going to the left hand to the right ear this time, and the right hand to the left ear, and then we bring the hands up, making this block, sitting back into the back foot, and left knee up, hands to the chest. Right, let's do that again. Right knee up, hands to chest, and right leg back, turn, 1, 2, and we slide the hands across the ground, right hand to left heel, 3, 4, and we come up, block, 5, step up, 6, find the balance, left side, and we go back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and up. All right, let's do that one more time each side. Right knee up. 1, with the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And change. And 1, 2, 3. One side, other side. 4, 5. To the block. And 6. I already showed you some ideas in the first session about rolling forwards into shoulder stand. So let's take it back a step and go into a shoulder stand by rolling back. Focus on feeling the hips directly above the shoulders. Don't worry too much about the legs. In the yoga practice, the concentration is about bringing the legs into a full inversion. But in this practice, I'd like us just to relax the legs down, even maybe behind the head. You might want to keep the inversion for a little extra stretching or compression on the shoulders to see what is possible for you and what you want to do. So we're going to sit down with the legs in front. And the idea is to roll back onto the shoulders, not onto the neck. So make sure there's no pressure on the neck. Support your back with your hands. And go into this shoulder stand. So as I said, you may want to stretch the legs out. Otherwise, let the legs relax behind you towards your face. We'll keep it there for a bit. And come back up. And ready? We're using our back muscles. Making sure the hands are really supporting the back, dropping the feet, and coming back up. And let's do that one more time. Dropping the feet,
and come back up. Then bringing the knees down and roll forwards.
As I've shown in the previous video, so taking the arm to one side and then tucking the chin to the chest, putting the weight on the shoulder, and letting the body come to this shoulder stand position. Maybe lifting the feet up, or just keeping the feet there, and then coming back. And going to the other side. Taking a breath in, and breath out.
Finding the balance, and coming back.
So the idea is that when you're in an inversion position, you can adjust your body and allow your body to get used to that position, to feel upside down. So when it comes to doing something like a free fall, then the free fall will become, somehow you'll be used to that position already, so it will become intuitive in a way. And of course, free fall is not necessary in Aikido, but free fall allows us to find a freedom of movement, and it allows us to manage the way that we look at how we can move in space, or freely move in space, and not be fearful of that. So it's a managing our stress levels as well. That we don't have to be stressed by a new movement or a complex movement, that our body can adapt in some way and overcome it. But it should never be forced, never force a free fall. So from that position, what we just did, we can also build up the core strength by rolling forwards, dropping the hips, and then dropping the legs, lifting the feet, and coming back over the same shoulder. Just change my position so you can see that. So I'm going to roll this way. So laying the arm on the ground, tucking the chin to the chest, lift the hips up, together, drop the hips, legs, bring the legs back up, over the same shoulder. So let's do that again on the right side and on the left side. Tuck the chin in, no pressure on the head again, keep it safe, hips down, keep the shoulders down, legs down, feel the core engaged, lift the feet, lift the hips over the same shoulder. And on the left side, so it's shoulder to the ground, hips down, legs down, and then up over the same shoulder. Breathing into that. Then we come to the free fall roll. So again, you don't have to practice a real free fall, but just getting to the position, one knee back and forward, as if you're going to do a forward roll. Opposite hand, opposite the front knee, reaching the back knee. So it's like we're going to do a forward roll, but at the same time I support and I release the support of that hand to bring it over my shoulder. No pressure on the neck, release the body and let it come over. Do that again. So remember, those who've been practicing Aikido for a while know that the free hand, the hand that frees itself from the ground, is there to absorb the weight of the body before the body lands, to keep it safe. So we've got hand to knee, release the other hand, you can counterweight with the back leg, release the other hand, and now let the body drop. So in principle, you want the hand to touch the ground before the body drops. And so again, hand releases, touches the ground, and then the body drops. And one more time. Hand to the knee, release the other hand, and the body drops. Okay. Some more inversions you can practice just to get upside down a bit more. So we can have a form of headstand where we make a triangle with our forearms, and we make a base with the forearms and the crown of the head. So I'm going to cup my crown of the head into my forearms. You may want to try this against the wall first. If you feel confident enough, you can just already find that support here. Make sure the angle between the elbows is not too wide. Bring them in a bit, so almost parallel. And then we walk our feet towards our elbows until our spine is relatively straight, and we can lift our feet above the shoulders. Either you can keep the knees bent, maybe extend the legs. And find just a regular breathing. Hold for as long as you need to. Don't have to hold for a long time. Maybe start with a small time and then build up the length of time as you progress. So just taking a breath there and bringing the knees down. That's one version of a headstand. Another version of the headstand is to make a tripod with two hands and the crown of the head. So this time I put my hands down one shoulder width apart, and I just about one shoulder width away from my hands put the crown of my head down and lift the hips up. Eventually put one knee on one elbow and the other knee on the other elbow. So already you have an inversion, and you may want to just practice feeling this. So it's like you're in still motion, upside down in the middle of a roll. So your body is already adjusting to this. If you want to find some extension in the spine, lifting the legs, finding the balance with the tripod, and taking a few breaths there. And slowly coming back in your own time. Maybe just relaxing the forehead on the ground first to loosen the neck. So we're going to make a forward roll by crossing the back hand to the front knee. So normally we make a forward roll by bringing the same hand back as the front knee. But this time we're going to lead with the back hand and try to keep the back knee back as much as possible as we roll forward, and then come to the other side. Now left knee forward, right hand to left knee, keeping the back knee back, and then left hand to right knee, and right hand to left knee, and left hand to right knee. Then standing, we can try the same. Right hand to left foot, and left hand to right foot. And it's important to try to do this smoothly and softly, so we're still trying to land lightly, not crash down. So try to get some extension in that roll. Left hand to right knee, right hand to left knee. There. This time I want to go in this direction, but I'm looking behind me. So there might be situations where you're going to make a roll and somehow there's something you have to check there. So while I'm going that way, I look what's behind me. So it's almost a side roll, but looking behind you. And again, keeping the roll as soft as possible. Try not to make too much impact. Free fall, we lead with a hand. So remember, from the ground, we bring the hand to the knee and reach the other hand over. So the same thing happens from standing. The hand to the knee and the other hand reaches over. And again, see if you can get that hand early. Hopefully without banging too much. And the other side. Get the hand early. And one more time each side. Then we have a challenging one, going from the handstand into a forward roll. So try to hold the handstand for a second or so. No need to make it perfect. Get that inversion. And important is to not to collapse, but try to control the weight on your hands. It might be too much for you on your wrists. Never mind, then just maybe roll the body in. Just see what's available to you by placing the hands down, kicking the legs up, and rolling the elbow onto the ground. That a couple of times. Handstand, elbow down. Handstand, and elbow down. So working with the Joe. So last week we looked at Tenshi Nage, Uchi Kaiten Nage, Soto Kaiten Nage, and we did it with the bokken. And we can also practice the same move with the Joe. Tenshi Nage. Starting kamae, right leg forward, step to the side, other leg comes forward. One hand is up, one hand is down. Tenshi Nage. Entering with the other leg. So this week the theme is about making decisions. And in Aikido we're always, constantly, not always calculating it in our head, but intuitively we're moving our body from one side to the other side. So we're constantly making a decision process, even if we don't think about it. So in this case, we're taking the left leg to the left, then the right leg steps in Tenshi Nage, keeping the extension of both hands. On this side, left leg forward, Tenshi Nage. So we can also do the Ura form with the Tenkan, so Tenkan, then the right leg goes out, and the left leg goes in. To the side, Tenkan, left leg goes out, right leg goes in. And again, Tenkan, right leg goes out, left leg goes in. And Tenkan, left leg goes out, right leg goes in. Then, Uchi Kaiten Nage. Uchi Kaiten Nage. So we have this stance. So remember in Uchi Kaiten Nage, we're opening to the side, attacking to the knee, stepping in. Then, nice thing with the Joe is as we turn, we can cut and make this Hassel Kamai movement. And finish the Tenshi Nage with cut, Shonenichi. On the other side, stepping to the side, attacking the knee, then turn, Hassel Kamai, step back, step in, Shonen. Right side again, step out, attack down, step in, Hassel Kamai, and Shonen. Other side, step out, attack. Here we have Hassel Kamai, step back, and got it. And Uru is also nice. We make the Tenkan. Again, entering there, Hassel Kamai, and now we have Irimi Tenkan and cutting down there. Tenkan, and again we make Hassel Kamai, then Irimi Tenkan with the Yokonuchi or Shonen. On the side, Tenkan. Cut. Then we cut to Hassel Kamai. And one. Side again. Tenkan. Enter. Giving Tenkan. And Tenkan. Enter. Giving Tenkan. With Soto Kaiten Nage. Soto Kaiten Nage, we roll. Make the Hassel Kamai. Shonen. Let's try and roll it. And Hassel Kamai. and shonen. Right side, roll, hasokamai, shonen. Left side, roll, hasokamai, shonen. Right side, ura, roll it, hasokamai, tenkan. With ura, we make tenkan first, roll it, hasokamai, tenkan. And finally, Kote Gaeshi. So I said we'd look at Kote Gaeshi today. So Kote Gaeshi, we can already have this Kote Gaeshi feeling with this movement, Nikyo, and then here's a Kote Gaeshi movement. So we can stretch our wrist to practice Kote Gaeshi in Kemi. Boom. Yeah. And the other side. Yeah. Stretching the wrist. Nikyo to Kote Gaeshi. Nikyo bending the wrist and the elbow one way, and then Kote Gaeshi inside. Yeah. Okay. Kote Gaeshi then with the stick. Okay, so with the stick we have this, again we have, so Soto Kaiten Nage, we're going to roll this way. So Kote Gaeshi, we're going to roll the other way. And then cutting. Okay, and we can do with the tenkan, because Kote Gaeshi often we tenkan and then attack the back foot. So that would translate as tenkan, roll it in, cut. On the side, tenkan, roll it in, cut. And again, tenkan, roll it in, cut. For Kote Gaeshi ura, from here, you sweep back. Okay, so it's like boom. Just in Kote Gaeshi ura, we take our leg back to lead our partner in front and then attack. So we've got hasokamai, sweep the leg back, kohoborai, change, hasokamai. Again, kohoborai, go down, change, hasokamai. Kohoborai, hasokamai. 1, 2. 1, here we're changing the hand, 2, haso. Here we don't change, so when we make kohoborai, you keep the haso position. Just turning, dropping the stick, turn the hand, haso. And on the other side, left leg back, kohoborai, change, hasokamai. Kohoborai, hasokamai. Kohoborai, hasokamai. So, Kote Gaeshi, yeah, chup, and cutting at the end with Kote Gaeshi. So we have this, Kote Gaeshi, and then cutting at the end. Kohoborai, hasokamai, cut. Kohoborai, hasokamai, cut. Kohoborai, hasokamai, cut. Kohoborai, hasokamai, and cut. Expand the body, breathe in, and release, breathe out. Opening body, breathe in, and breathe out. And just opening the hands, feel the ki in your fingers, soften the knees, next to the neck and the shoulders. And let's finish there. So I hope you found it interesting. All kinds of different ideas how we can practice at home on our own. And there's still many, many ideas I have. But yeah, it's too much information, and I'm just giving you a sample of what ideas came up. And hopefully you can find some use in it, and we can really make use of the bokken and jo, really to get the Aikido ideas and principles into our own practice, and keeping in touch with it was really the main goal while we're in this situation. So as I said, there may be future series with different themes, but that's it for this series. Session 10 is over. thank you very much for your attention, and it's been a great pleasure to spend these past weeks producing these videos, and looking forward to see you in person, wherever you are, to exchange comments and ideas, and yeah, let's build an Aikido future together and see where it takes us.